Welcome to this chair yoga class. Let's find a comfortable seat and we'll get started. Hope you don't mind, I'm going to start this way, but I will bring my legs down when it's time to move. We're going to start with a meditation this morning. So finding a way to sit comfortably, you can have your legs straight out in front of you with your feet flat on the floor. You can have your palms up if you're feeling heavy and you want to feel lighter, or if you're feeling spacey and you want to feel grounded, turn your palms down. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Lengthen your spine. Close your eyes. Become aware of how your body is showing up for you today. Is your body sleepy or wide awake? Are there aches and pains or feelings of liveliness? Feel deep into your physical manifestation. Notice your breath. Feel it rise and fall in your belly or chest. Does your breath feel deep and slow, quick and shallow? We're observing to get a baseline, not to judge. And the simple act of observing may even cause things to shift and change. So notice your mental manifestation. Is your mind racing and full of thoughts? Or are your thoughts just loping along? Can you observe your thoughts without being caught up in the stories or the drama? Bring your awareness to your heart, to your feeling level. Feel all of the sensations around your heart. Does your heart feel heavy this morning or light? And underneath all these manifestations, can you release them and slip into that infinite pool of silence that is always there? And if you like, from within that pool of silence, allow a small wave of intention to rise up for today's practice. Mentally repeat it to yourself in the positive present tense 3 times. And with eyes open or closed, we'll begin our physical practice. Sitting up tall in your chair. Interlace your hands at your heart. Press the heel of your hands away from you. And bring your hands up overhead. Feel the shoulders relax, but the side body stretch up. And press your feet into the floor to engage your legs. Draw your pelvic floor and your belly up to engage your core. And feel your side body lift. Reach forward, turn the palms towards your heart, and interlace your fingers the weird way. Press out. Inhale up. Press into your feet, engage your legs. Draw your pelvic floor and your lower belly up. Reach up through the side body. Feel your spine lengthen. And arms shoulder height and hands to heart and down. Sitting up nice and tall, let your chin reach towards your chest, your shoulders to relax. Feel the back of your chest and neck lengthen and broaden. Inhale up. Feel the front of your chest expand and your neck lengthen. Let the chin come down, the back of the neck get long, back broaden. And lift the head and feel the front of the body lengthen. Come back to center. We're going to use our eyes to look at a clock. So looking up at 12 o'clock, keeping the head steady, we're going to move around to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and back to 12. Close your eyes and relax. Open your eyes, look up, we'll go backwards. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12. Close your eyes and relax. And slowly look around, stretching the neck. And back to center. I'm looking around the other way. And back to center. We'll do one more. And other side. And back to center. Bring one shoulder up And bring your ear towards your shoulder. Release the shoulder, head back to center. And the other ear over, shoulder up, squeeze them together. And down, head back to center. Shoulder up, ear down, squeeze. And back to center. Shoulder up, ear down, squeeze. And back to center. Let's bring our hands together and do choo-choo train. Opening up our shoulders, elbows, and even our wrists a little bit. And let's choo-choo train the other way. And let's inhale the arms up overhead, pressing those elbows back. Try not to poke out your rib cage though. Draw your belly in and girdle your core. And then if you like, drop one hand down behind your back and either pull that arm behind you or swing your arm around. If that's too much, you can even press the arm back that way. So again, we're not poking out our chest. We're pressing our belly back towards our spine to keep our spine long as we press our elbows back, trying to get our hands to touch. And release. And let's do choo-choo arms, opposite arm on top. And then reverse. And bring those arms up overhead, pressing them back. Drawing the belly in and girdling your core. And then again, dropping the opposite arm behind you if you like, either pushing, pulling, or swinging around and sliding your hand up your back, bringing your fingertips to touch. And release. And let's just play the piano. Just wiggling our fingers and moving out to the ends of the keyboard. And coming back in. We're going to cross over. Come on out. Remember which elbow was on top. Playing the piano, moving those fingers. Don't forget your thumb. And then coming back. Playing the piano, moving all those fingers. Giving yourself a little cross here. And back to center. Let's turn the palms up and we're going to touch the thumb and the pointer, the thumb and the middle finger, the thumb and the ring finger, the thumb and the pinky. So we're just going to do that, repeating, touching each finger to the thumb in turn. All of these exercises are good for those arthritic fingers. And let's bring the fingertips together, shoulders down, elbows lifted. We're going to press the fingers into each other. If we're doing push-ups on a mirror. And then bring the elbows down, the fingers spread wide like a lotus flower. I went to Kensington Lotus Garden yesterday and saw real Indian lotuses. They don't have much of a flavor. I know, smell. I know I've been saying breathe in the smell. Not much of a smell. Boy, are they gorgeous. Okay, go back to our push-ups, elbows down, up, shoulders down, fingers press. We're bringing strength and blood into our fingers and And one more time, let's float those fingers out into a lotus. Let's do one last thing. Let's claw the air. Feel those fingers warming up. And then let's flick some water off our fingers. So we're bringing blood into our hands, our arms, warming up our wrists, and then just shake it out. All right. That should help. And let's just, once we start shaking, I don't want to stop. Shaking feels so good. But let's just stop and feel the energy, the tingling, the warmth, the life force. Sit at the edge of our chair. Do some cat and dog warming up our spine. So grab your knees, round your back, rock back on your sitting bones, but let your head and shoulder come forward. And then sitting up tall, rock forward, lift the chest, arc up. Exhale, draw the belly in, rock back. And sit back up tall. This time we're going to do a roll down. So starting with the head, just let the head get heavy. And that stretch in the upper back, let the shoulders get heavy. We're drawing the belly in and up for support. Rolling down one vertebra at a time. Maybe you feel that lovely stretch in your lower back. And slowly curling back up, vertebra by vertebra, really savoring each vertebra, opening up the muscles on either side of your spine, getting a nice stretch and release. Sitting up as tall as you can, press into your feet, engage your core. And we'll do one more roll down, lengthening the spine, drawing the belly in. And slowly come back up. And we'll come into an easy spinal twist. You can bring your legs together. Bring one hand to the outside of your leg, the other to the side or back of your chair. And back to center. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist. And back to center. Now, there are myriad of reasons for back pain. It can be anything from bad posture to weak stomach muscles. So we'll do the best we can, but we really don't know what we're addressing here. We're going to do some sit to stance, strengthening our core. Bring your arms out in front of you if you like. Draw the belly in. Let's go for 8. Inhales nice and slow. Exhale down. If your arms get tired, you can bring your hands to your heart or your hips instead. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. That's 2. Support with your core. Draw the lower belly in and up. Press your hips back. That's 3. Inhale. Exhale down. That's 4. Or skip a set if it's too much. Inhale nice and slow, engaging all of our muscles. And sitting down with control. 5. Taking time to tuck the tailbone when you're standing up and drawing the belly in and up. That's 6. Whoops, I flopped on that one. And here we go. This is our last one. Inhale up. And arms down. Taking a moment into Tadasana. If you need to stand behind your chair to hold on to it, please do that. Yeah. Let's come to the side or the back of our chair, whatever works for you. We're going to do a little bend in the knees, and we're going to do a little cat and dog here, tucking the tailbone, rounding the back. And then inhale, sticking out the tailbone, lifting the head and the chest. And you can always continue sitting in your chair doing this. Rounding, pressing the pelvis forward, the shoulders and the head forward. Sticking out the butt, lifting the head and chest, feel that lovely contraction in your back. And then stretching out and feeling that wonderful extension in your back as you contract your belly. And let's do one more. And coming up to Tadasana. And take it in. I'm going to bring one knee up. And you can just keep your toe on the floor or bring that knee up if you can reach it. Give it a hug in. Shoulders down, tailbone pointing down, creating length in your lower back. Again, if this doesn't work for you and you need to hold on to the chair with 2 hands, do that. Let's bring that leg down. Bring the other leg up. I'm not going to change sides. I'll just hold with the opposite hand. Or do that. Press it down through the supporting leg. Lifting up through your spine. Belly in for support, creating length in your lower back. And down. We're going to go into another balancing pose. If you can, we're going to bend the knees slightly. So it's like chair pose again. A little bend in your knees. Going to pick up the left heel. And again, this might be your balance. Or if you can, you're going to flex your foot and cross it over your left leg. You can bring this hand to your heart. Do mudra, thumb and forefinger touching, 3 fingers up. Again, draw the belly in, lengthen your tailbone down. Feel your knee pressing down. If this doesn't work for you, you're just balancing here. And let's release. Stretch up. I'm going to change sides for this one. So, a little bend in the knees, right? Chair pose. Shift your weight, pick up your heel. This could be your pose. Or flex your foot, crossing your knee over your other knee, and your ankle over your knee. Hands to heart, perhaps with a mudra. Find your drishti, but most important here, drawing the belly in and up and lengthening the lower back. It's okay if you feel your body shaking, mine is. Just means energy's moving. That's a good thing. And let's release and stretch up. And we'll step out to a nice wide. I'm going to come in front of, well, do it here. 5-pointed star. You can be behind your chair with 2 hands, or just holding on with 1 hand, or stretching out. Again, draw the belly in, stretch the tailbone down, feel your lower back release. And turn the toes outward a little bit, bend the elbows. Make that same mudra with the thumb and forefinger touching, 3 fingers up. We're pressing the elbows and the knees back. Feeling length in the lower back, tailbone pressing down. If you want to make this a balancing pose, shift over to one side and lift your toes up. Come back to center, shift over to the other side and lift your toes up. Come back to center, lift your heels up. Release your legs, release your arms, toe heel back to center. And if you need the chair, hold on. If you need the chair, we're going to do another forward fold. You can do a forward fold with your hands on the chair. If you don't need the chair, we're going to do a yoga mudra variation. So bring your hands behind you in yoga mudra or crossing your elbows. And squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the heart. Again, if you need to be holding on to the chair, you're standing behind the chair and holding on. If you're holding on to the chair, you're doing a forward fold this way. If you don't need the chair, you're going to bend the knees, reaching forward with the chest, over into a yoga mudra. Pulling the arms as far away from you as you can, letting the head get heavy and relax. As deep a bend in the knees as you like to feel that nice stretch in your lower back. And we'll slowly roll back up, one vertebra at a time. And you're either holding onto the chair or letting your arms float up. And we're going to do that again. And again, you're either crossing your arms, holding onto the chair, or interlacing your hands. But if your hands are behind you or your arms are behind you, interlace them the weird way. So we're waking up our brain. So we're going to bend the knees slightly, lift the chest, holding onto the chair or reaching your arms back. A little bit of a back arc here, and then diving forward. And you can put your hands on the chair and just do a forward fold on the chair. Or yoga mudra, deep bend in the knees, letting the back of your body lengthen. Your tailbone get heavy. Your head get heavy. And then again, with deeply bent knees, begin to lift up. You're either holding onto the chair or floating your arms up. Whew, got a little bit dizzy there. Make sure you come up nice and slow. And down. And we're going to come sit down in our chair for eagle. Take a moment here to take in what we've done so far. And then you're either going to cross your ankles, let's say left over right, or cross your knees if you're more flexible, or if you're super flexible, that foot's going to hook around your ankle. So you've got your left knee on top. Inhale the arms up, and then bring our left arm down, and then our right arm inside it. Either going to hug your elbows, or back of the hands touch, or the palms touch. We're going to do a little stretch here. We're going to inhale and lift the head and chest and arc back here. And then come forward, draw the belly in around the back, coming towards the legs. And feel that lovely stretch in your lower back. Let's inhale, lift up. Arcing up towards the sky. Supporting with your core, belly in and up. And one more coming down. Tuck the chin around the back. Big, lovely stretch. Inhale back up. And release the hands. And release the legs. And round over. And perhaps you can go beyond your hands on your knees. Maybe you're feeling warmed up enough that you can actually lower yourself all the way down. That's up to you. Deep breaths into your lower back. Feel that stretch. Slowly inhale back up. And then we'll either cross the right leg over the other by the ankle or the knees, or if you're super flexible, you can hook your foot. So we've got the right arm is going to come down first. Inhale tall. Right arm down, left arm down, either hug your shoulders or back of the hands touch or palms touch. Inhale, lift the head and chest and arc back. And then exhale, curl in, squeezing your arms and legs together. And that lovely stretch in your back. Inhale back up, lift up. And curl down. Inhale back to center and release. Let's take one knee, and if you can, you'll bring it up. Give it a little squeeze. If you can reach around and grab your ankle and put your knee across, your ankle across your knee, go ahead. Otherwise, again, you're just going to cross your ankles. If you're sitting here in seated pigeon pose, you're going to bring your arms parallel with your forearms parallel. Draw the shoulders down and back. Think Sphinx pose. We're not doing a big arc though, just a little tiny like we did in chair pose. So the torso is more like chair pose. The arms and shoulders are like Sphinx pose. And again, if that doesn't work for you, you're just sitting here like this. A little bit more of a back arc here. So you choose the variation that works for you. And then either with the ankles crossed or grabbing this knee and bringing it across, we'll do a spinal twist, turning towards the leg that's on top of the front. And that's the center. Uncross that leg. Shake it out if you need to. Shake out your butt. Give your butt a little shake. And we'll come back to center. And then again, either crossing your right ankle over your left and squeezing your legs together, or grabbing your ankle and crossing your ankle over your knee. You're going to bring the hands parallel, shoulders down and back, and chest puffed just a little bit. So we're thinking Sphinx pose. If your ankles are crossed, you can probably come forward just a little more. It's more intense here, so you probably will just feel it more in your upper body, not so much as stretching in the lower body. And if your legs are crossed, just leave them where they are. If you're sitting in pigeon pose, you're going to bring that knee across. And then we're going to turn towards the top knee. The other hand to the chair to help you twist. And we'll slowly come back to center. Uncross that leg. And let's just do that little butt shimmy. Shimmying our butt on the chair with our chest a little bit forward. Working out our lower back. Oh, it feels so good. Come on back up. Take a breath and notice how you feel. Let's come to the corner of our chair. Legs nice and wide. We're going to come down onto one elbow. Bring the other hand to our hip. Roll the shoulder back and look up. Again, getting a little bit of a twist in the lower back. On what I just did, you can bring your hand to your sacrum and help you turn a little more. Inhale back to center. Turn towards the front knee. And if you like, you can lower the other knee down or even straighten it out. Once again, let's turn towards the back of the chair, coming into a spinal twist. Wringing out the toxins in our spine. Massaging all of the small muscles and nerves around the spine. And to unwind, bring your knee back in. Place your foot back on the floor. And let's walk ourselves over the other way. Coming to the point of our chair. Grounding through the feet. We're going to come down onto this elbow. Press into the hip crease, lengthening your rib cage and spinning towards the sky. And again, if you like, slide your hand around to the back and just rest your palm on your sacrum to help you spin a little more and to give a little energy to your lower back. Inhale back up. We'll turn towards the back knee. And you can stay here or drop this knee down or straighten this leg out into a lunge. And then we're going to turn towards the back of the chair, coming into a spinal twist here. Inhale back. Bring your knee back in. Flip your foot back over. Walk yourself back to your chair, but you're still sitting towards the front of your chair. We're going to do some abdominal strengtheners. So we're going to rock back so our shoulders are just touching the back of the chair, or maybe even not, but we're keeping a straight spine. We're not collapsing into the chair. Going to pick those knees up. You can stay here, or for a little more challenge, we're making circles with the feet. If that's too much, you can just lift and lower at your own pace. If you're circling, let's circle back the other way. Bring strength to your core. Whew, a lot of work in the thighs as well. And down. And give those thighs a rub. And do one more abdominal strengthener here if you can. You can either be on your toes or bring the legs up. And we're just going to move the knees from side to side. So if you have to do it here, it's not quite as much abdominal strength as if the knees are lifted and the feet are off the floor. And back to center. Give those thighs a rub. Do one more forward fold, rounding down. Taking your time, vertebra by vertebra. And again, maybe your pose looks like this, or maybe you can slide all the way down. And if you can reach your hands around behind you, give yourself a little rub right along your lower back. Feel that nice heat warming up the muscles. And I'm feeling like the size of my hips want a little circular rub right now. So I'm going to rub right there. And then I'm going to bring my hands to the front of my thighs and slowly roll back up. And I'm going to grab my shawl. If there's anything you need to do to move your body before coming into Shavasana, or anything you need for warmth or comfort. Okay, there we go. And we'll sit back in our chair. And I'm going to fold my legs up. You can sit here like this. Cover myself up. And close your eyes. You can lean against the back of the chair or not. Again, palms up if you want, if you've been feeling too heavy and want to be lighter. Palms down if you want to be more grounded. Just notice the sensations in your body. Breathing slowly and deeply. You can stay here as long as you like. When you're ready, slowly bring some movement back into your fingers and toes. Gently move and stretch in whatever way feels good to you. Namaste.